Okay, so moving on, we have here our sample problem number 4. We have to evaluate the integral of x plus 4 all over x squared plus 5x minus 6. So, the first thing that we need to do again is to check if this is a proper fraction. So we have here x plus 4 as our numerator, and alam naman natin na ang degree nito ay 1. And our denominator, that is x squared plus 5x plus minus 6 rather, so the degree is 2. Therefore, mas malaki ang denominator kaysa kay numerator. This is a proper fraction. Kapag ka proper fraction, we can apply partial fraction decomposition. Kapag hindi, we use long division. Okay, step 1.5, simplify. So we have here 5x as our middle term. Again, yung positive 5 na to, ito yung sum ng dalawa nating factor. Okay? Then, si negative 6 naman, that is the product nung ating magiging factor. This is only applicable if x, yung coefficient ng ating quadratic term ay 1. Kapag hindi, kunwari yan ay 3x squared plus 5x minus 6, you have to divide everything by 3. So this becomes x squared plus 5 over 3x minus 2. Okay? So dito ang gagamitin natin is si 5 over 3 at saka si 2. Kapag ka hindi po 1 yung coefficient ng ating quadratic term. Okay. So let's proceed with this one. Si 5 ay sum. So ano ang mga nagko-cause ng sum na positive 5? So una, we have here positive 3 plus 2. Di ba? That is 5. Pwede rin namang 4 plus 1. Okay? Meron pa ba? Pwedeng 5 and 0, pero hindi na to kasi meron tayong product na 6. Pagdating naman sa negative 6, ano yung mga nagko-cause ng negative 6? We have negative 3 multiplied by positive 2. Okay? We have here negative 2 multiplied by positive 3. Tama, negative 2 times positive 3. Okay? Ano pa? We also have here, kung 6 ito, we can also use negative 6 multiplied by positive 1 or negative 1 multiplied by positive 6. So, meron tayong isang na-miss out kasi walang nagtugma, which is yung 5 that is also a sum of 6 minus 1. So, therefore, our factor is this one. So, this becomes x plus 6 multiplied by x minus 1. So, yan yung ating factor ngayon. So, now, this problem becomes, okay, so x plus 4 all over x plus 6 multiplied by x minus 1. Okay, so since na-simplify na natin, we can use partial fraction decomposition using case number 1 since this is linear and unique. Okay, so kung yan ay linear, we have A. Paghihiwalayin lang natin yung denominator. So we have x plus 6 plus B over x minus 1. Then, the next step is to solve for A and B. But before that, we have to remove the denominators by multiplying it to the denominator of the left side, which is x plus 6 multiplied by x minus 1. So, ang may iwan sa atin sa left side ay x plus 4, that is equal to A. Pag i-multiply ko to sa x plus 6 multiplied by x minus 1, ang maiiwan na lang sa akin ay x minus 1. Okay? Pagdating naman kay B, ang maiiwan sa akin ay x plus 6. Alright, expand natin. So, we have here x plus 4 equal to ax minus a plus bx plus 6b. Combine like terms. So, we have here x multiplied by a plus b. Then, we have here plus negative a plus 6b. Ito naman yung ating constant. Okay? Then we can now proceed with the method of coefficient. Sa method of coefficient, ang pwede natin gawin is we equate muna yung ating constant. So the constant on the right or the left side is 4, while on the right side we have negative a plus 6b. So wala pa tayong makukuha, let's call it our equation number 1. Pagdating naman sa ating first degree term, sa first degree, we have here 1, coefficient of x, that is equal sa a plus b, coefficient naman ng x on the left side. So, here we can say that b is equal, or a is equal to 1 minus b. Okay, so meron tayo actually dalawang equation. Pwedeng ganito yung gawin natin, iba-boxes substitute natin, or pwede naman natin siyang eliminate na lang. So, paano natin i-eliminate? Since we have two equation, let's call it equation 2. Pwede natin pagsamin si equation 1 plus equation 2. So, we have 4 equal to negative a plus 6b. Then we have 1 equal to a plus b. So, makakancel sa atin si a. This is 5. And then this equal to 7b. Therefore, b is equal to 5 over 7. Okay? And for a, pwede natin siyang i-substitute kahit alin dyan sa dalawa. Mas madali kung equation 2 na lang. So, from equation 2, we have 1 that is equal to a plus 5 over 7. Therefore, we can say that a, not b, a is equivalent sa 2 over 7. And that is, di ba, pag nilipat ko si 1 minus 5 over 7 equal to a, yung 1 na to, para pareho sila ng denominator, gagawin nating 7 over 7. 7 minus 5, that is 2. So, we have now a and b. We can now proceed with our partial fraction. So, i-copy lang ito ni sir. Copy. Oh my God. Paste. Okay. Delete na natin si a. We can say that a is 2 over 7 and our b is 5 over 7. Space check. Kulang na space natin. Kasya pa siguro. Sige. So, integrating natin both terms. So, we have, let's call this I. Itong integral na to. So, our I now becomes the 2 over 7 integral of dx over x plus 6 plus we have 5 over 7 integral of dx over x minus 1. So, pwede na tayo ngayon mag-u-sub. Let u is equal to x plus 6 and then let t is equal to x minus 1. Our du is dx. Our dt is also dx. Therefore, this can be rewritten as 2 over 7 integral of du over u plus 5 over 7 integral of dt over t. So, we have here 2 over 7 ln x plus 6 plus 5 over 7 ln x minus 1 plus c. And this is our answer to this problem. So, di ba napakadali na lang ng calculus kahit ganito ka-komplikado nung una. Alright, so let's proceed with the sample problem number 5, halfway through to our discussion. So, we have the number 5, integral of x plus 3 over 2x cubed minus 8x dx. So, step 1, this is a proper fraction. Proper kasi mas maliit ang order or ang degree ng numerator kaysa sa denominator. So, yung numerator natin, linear, yung denominator natin, cubic. So, this is a proper fraction. So, pwede na ngayon tayong mag-proceed with step 1.5. Simplify. Kaya pa kaya natin itong i-simplify? So, yung x plus 3 na ito over 2x cubed minus 8x, pwede natin siyang i-simplify by factoring out yung x. So, we have here, factor out ko si x. Diba? Parehong may x both side. May iwan sa akin ay 2x squared. Actually, pwedeng 2x pala yung i-factor out natin. So, we can do 2x. Ang maiiwan sa first term ay x squared. Then, sa pangalawa naman ay minus 4. We can also simplify pa yung x squared minus 4. Diba yan ay difference of two terms? So, this is x plus 3. Yung difference of two terms na sinasabi ni sir, this is x plus y multiplied by, difference of two squares rather. Difference of two squares, that is x squared kasi, minus y squared. So, kapag may x squared ka minus isang term, pwede siyang mag-fall dito, lalo na kung constant ito. Ano? If this is constant, yung second term na yan, that is a difference of two squares. Okay? Difference ng x squared minus y squared. So, sige. So, we have here x plus 3. Yung ilalim, 2x multiplied ko sa x minus 2 multiplied ko naman sa x plus 2. Difference of two squares. So, this is now our simplified problem na gagamitin natin for partial fraction decomposition. So, in this case, na-lower down natin yung mukhang komplikadong problem into a case 1 problem. Kaya, importante po ang simplification. But, if ever na hanggang dito ka lang, solvable pa rin naman. I-try natin later on kung pareho sila ng kalalabasan. Okay? Sige. So, we have here, since ang pinag-uusapan na lang natin ay case 1, lahat ay linear. So, we have here a over 2x plus b over x minus 2 plus c over x plus 2. Okay, that is our first approach. Kung hanggang dito ka lang sa pangalawa, let's say ito lang yung nakuha mo, copy natin ito. Yan. Na-factor out mo lang yung x. Then, ang mangyayari sa'yo dito, yung pangalawang ating factor, which is this one, yung factor na ito, ay magfo-fall under case 3. So, ito yung gagamitin mo. Case 3 ka na. Which is, ang sabi ni case 1, ni case 3, magkakaroon ka ng factor na i-multiply, which is itong 2ax plus b. So, dito, so we have here a. Dito muna tayo sa case 1. So, may a over 2x pa rin tayo. Plus, yung second term natin, magiging b, multiplied by 2ax. Ano ba yung a natin dito? Yung coefficient ni x. So, since walang coefficient yung x dito, 1 lang yun. That is 2 times 1 multiplied by x. Okay? Plus yung ating magiging b, wala naman tayong, ito yung b kasi natin. So, wala tayong term na yan. Ang meron tayo ay x squared tsaka 4. So, x squared tsaka c lang ang meron tayo. So, wala tayong b. So, this is 0. Then, meron tayo ditong plus c. All over x squared minus 4. So, this is a over 2x plus, we have here 2bx over x squared minus 4 plus meron tayong c over x squared minus 4. Seems complicated pero pareho lang kasi ng kalalabasan yan if we simplify this. Pero di na natin ito masyadong isi-simplify because we already have our solution na mas madaling i-simplify compared dito. Okay, so let's proceed. So focus tayo dito sa una nating approach, una nating decomposition. Ito yung gamitin natin. Pero I suggest na solve ko to kanina. You can also solve this one. Okay? So dito na tayo. So hahanapin naman na natin ngayon si arbitrary constants A, B, and C. So ito ang focus natin. Puntahan natin yung arbitrary constant. Ang una natin kailangan gawin sa paghahanap ng arbitrary constant is to multiply both sides to the denominator of our left side of the equation. So we have x minus 2 times x plus 2. May iwan sa atin on the left side is x plus 3. That is equal to A multiplied by x minus 2 times x plus 2 plus B multiplied by 2x multiplied by x plus 2 plus C multiplied by 2x multiplied by x minus 2. Uy, medyo na mahaba na. So, x plus 3, that will be, expand natin isa-isa para walang maiwan. So, this is x squared. Ito yung difference of 2 squares kanina. X squared plus minus 4. Okay? Then, we have here b multiplied by 2x squared plus 4x. Pag dinistribute natin yung 2x. Plus, we have c multiplied by 2x squared minus 4 naman. So, expand pa ulit natin by multiplying a. Distribute natin yung a natin. Ax squared minus 4a. Tsaka yung b, we have 2b squared plus 4bx. And then we have also c. We have here plus 2 cx squared minus 4c. Okay. Combined natin yung mga like terms. So, we have x plus 3 equal to, unahin natin yung mga x squared. Unang coefficient natin ay a. Then, we have also plus 2b. Then, we also have plus 2c. Hindi pa pala tapos. Okay. Then, plus x naman, yung ating linear term. Ang mga coefficient niya ay, we have here 4b. Yun lang. Ayun. This should be cx. So, meron pa tayo ditong minus 4c. Okay, kasi dapat 4cx ito. Okay. I-correct ni sir, this should have a 4x on this one. Ayan. Then, para sa ating constant term, we have here minus 4a. Tama ba? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms. Alright. Sige. So, we have now our method of coefficient to apply. So, unahin natin yung constant. The constant term on the left side is 3, while on the right side is negative 4a. Therefore, we can say that a is negative 3 over 4. Okay. Next, puntahan naman natin yung ating first degree. So, for our first degree, we have here 3. We have here 1. Ang coefficient ng x natin dito. And on the right side, that is 4b minus 4c. Okay. 4b minus 4c. So, wala pa tayong masosolve dito. So, this is now our equation number 1 actually. Kasi una pa lang ito. Then, puntahan natin yung second degree. So, 0 ito kasi wala naman tayong second degree dito. And the factor that we have is a plus 2b plus 2c. Substitute natin yung value ng a, that is negative 3/4. So, this is 0 equal to negative 3/4 plus 2b plus 2c. Or 3/4 equal to 2b plus 2c. This is our equation 2. Now, yung equation 1, babaguhin ko ng konti, magiging, so yung equation 1 natin, this can be rewritten as, divide ko both sides sa 4, so may matitir, sa left side ko may 1/4, sa right side ko makakancel yung 4, so b minus c, or simply we can call c we can say that C is equal to B minus 1/4. Okay? So, that's 1. Pwede na natin itong i-expand ngayon. So, from our equation 2, we have 3/4 is equal to 2B plus yung 2C natin, that is B minus 1/4. Okay? So, B minus 1/4, expand natin ulit. So, we have here 2B plus 2B. Yung 2 times 1/4, that is 1/2. Okay? Or 2 over 4 na lang muna natin. Looks dumb, pero mas madadalian tayo. So, ilipat kasi natin siya sa kabilang side. So, we have here 3/4 plus 2 over 4. That is equal to 4B. So, here we have yung 3/4 plus 2/4, that is 5 over 4. Okay? That is equal to 4B. Therefore, we can say that B is 5 over 16. Therefore, C is 5 over 16. Yung 1/4, itong 1/4 na to guys, pwede rin nating isulat as 4 over 16, di ba? Kasi, kailangan natin pareho yung kanilang denominator para ma-solve natin ito. So, therefore, C is 1 over 16. So, na-solve na natin si A, B, and C pa lang. So, ang partial fraction natin, kaya sabi ko, mas piliin na lang itong una kasi pag sinolve natin sila both ways, medyo matatagalan tayo. Okay? So, we have A that is equivalent to negative 3/4. So, burahin ko muna to. Yung A natin ay negative 3/4. Yung B natin ay 5 over 16. At si C ay 1 over 16. Therefore, yung ating I, dito ko na lang po ilalagay kasi hindi na enough yung space natin. Yung ating I can be rewritten as the integral of, ilabas na natin yung 3/4 over 2x, that will be negative 3/4, yung 4 mamumultiply sa 2, so negative 3/8, integral of dx over x, plus yung 5 over 16, ilabas na po natin. Ang maiiwan sa atin ay integral of dx over x minus 2. And lastly, yung 1 over 16 multiplied by the integral of dx over x plus 2. So actually, yung ganitong approach, parang familiar na sa inyo kung ano ang kalalabasan. Ito yung mga nilulooks pa na lang natin. So dito, yung first term natin, we have negative 3/8. Yung integral ng dx over x, that is ln absolute value of x, plus 5 over 16, yung integral of dx over x minus 2, kanina pa natin to tinatry isolve, that is ln x minus 2, plus yung 1 over 16 natin, yung integral ng dx over x plus 2, that can be solved as ln x plus 2. Then we have plus C. Okay? So this is now our answer for this problem. Alright, so medyo mahaba siya pero mas dumali nung nag-partial fraction. Actually, kung mapapansin nyo yung pattern ng partial fraction, pag na-compute mo yung A, B, and C, mas madadali na nating parang yun na yung nasosolve natin na values nung ating integral. And that would be all for this sample problem. Let's proceed on the next.